A very good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sirs.
Good afternoon, Nimishi.
Good afternoon.
I think we met last year also, if I can recall you.
Yes, sir.
So you are in the same service now.
Yes, sir. So it was like next last to last year. I was there.
Last year we met.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Your name was in my mind. So which service you are in now? Uh,
Sir, I'm in Indian Civil Account Service.
okay, great. All right. So right now you are in Delhi. Where are you?
Yes, sir. I'm Delhi under training in INGAF.
Training at?
INGAF,
What is that?
Indian Institute of Finance and Government Accounts.
Where it is located in Delhi? Which part?
Sir, South Delhi, Old JNU campus.
Acha, it's in
Okay.
Old Genu campus. Okay, okay, okay. There is a Central Secretariat training also goes there. Central Secretariat people also get trained there.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'll give the microphone to Mr. Pandey to initiate the talks. You are
Yes.
muted. Pandey, you are muted.
So,
Yes. So, Nimisa, how is accounting, civil accounting, and defense accounting? Why there is a need to have different accounting for? Are the principles different?
yes, sir. Indian civil accounting and defense accounting differs in the type of classification. Mainly, the civil account follows a 15-digit classification of account, while for defense account it is 7-digit. And this is provided the confidentialities that are involved in the defense procurements and the defense heads that it is done so.
Okay. And what new, you know, innovation or what changes have been brought in the Indian accounting system to make it more globally, aligned, and to make it more reflective of the true situation of the government finances?
So gradually, we are trying to move towards the Indian government accounting standards, which are in line with the international accounting standards of international financial standards. So we are trying to bring it. We are gradually moving from cash-based accounting to a modified cash-based accounting, where accrual system is also we are trying to sink in with it.
Why accrual system is so much talked about, and what are the advantages of accrual over this what you call cash system?
So accrual based of accounting majorly records the transaction when it is earned as soon as the expenses occurred. So it provides us a real time assessment of our spending and the liabilities that we can have, which is not so in cash based accounting. So one, it gives us the true financial position, and second, helps in a better planning of our policies.
But why it is not possible, or why it is difficult to apply it in government?
So accrual based accounting majorly looks for profit making, that how much profit a company and organization is earning. And when we talk about Indian government, we are a welfare state, where our main motive is to ensure the development of the people rather than solely focusing on profit. Hence, we are relying more on our cash and deciding policies on the basis of the same.
Okay, let me take to some other, like when you say we are a welfare state, do you think in what way we are a welfare state? Can you give some parameters which by which we can say we are a welfare state?
Yes, sir. If I start with the Indian Constitution, our preamble provides that we are a socialist, secular democratic republic, which ensures the justice that is economic, political, and social. So, based upon the same, our fundamental rights, we ensure reservation
No,
for the.
financially, I am saying, like when you say welfare state, what kind of financial, benefits flow from government to citizens? And to what extent we, like if you, one of the welfare state socialism is from cradle to grave. So how do we fit into this philosophy of welfare that we take care of citizens? How? Give some idea.
So one, by making sure that that each rupee earned in India reaches to the lowest level of our society. That is done through the use of the tax that we get for the welfare schemes. Second, like we have come up, the Indian government has come up with the public distribution system, which ensures access to food to the lowest rung of the society. So these are some of the measures that ensure that we ensure the same.
Okay, but can you tell some of the major initiatives taken by government to reduce poverty?
Yes, sir. We
And
have.
and and what is our status on poverty at present?
So, at present, we have 16% of population that is under multidimensional poverty as per the Niti Aayog. And the steps that have been taken by the government is one, we have there is a Manrega that ensures right to livelihood to the people. Second, we have the public distribution system, which ensures the access to food to the marginalized section. Third, we have the PM Swanidhi Yojana that has ensured that even the lowest rung of the society have access to loans for self entrepreneurship. So these are some.
Okay. Can you tell how gender budgeting helps in reducing gender gap, or it how it promotes gender equity or equality?
So the idea of gender budgeting ensures that a particular percentage of amount is dedicated towards the cause of the women and is dedicated to women sensitive infrastructure. So one, it ensures that women are the beneficiaries of the scheme. Second, the infrastructure that we
Tell,
built for
tell
the.
some tell some of the major schemes which reflect government's commitment to women or which helps in reducing gender gap. Some of the flagship or most important schemes.
So one is under the Manrega itself, we have 33 percentage of jobs allocated to the women, which is now one of the greatest beneficiary of the scheme. Second is the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme, which provides women the access to education as well as health and ensures that they are not targeted during like in infanticide or poeticide. Um, Third is the Swachh Bharat Mission. Under it too, women are one of the major beneficiaries, giving them the right to dignity and proper health.
Can you tell about Mission Shakti? What is Mission Shakti?
So Mission Shakti is one of the component of government scheme which ensures access to grievance redressal, empowerment, and legal aid to the women, so that they are able to come up to the level playing field.
Not exactly. What are the two major component of Mission Shakti under? You must be looking into the budget figures. Have you looked
Yes,
into
sir.
budget figures? In what way this year's budget, interim budget 24-25, is significant from the point of view of women? In what way?
So what I could remember is one is regarding the ASHA workers. They have been given protection under. They have been given the Ayushman cards and given access to the same.
No, but
Uh,
what is the major thing? No, I mean, that is okay. But what is the quantum jump? Can you think what is the quantum jump?
so I will have to read upon it.
Okay, gender budgeting is. Are you aware of gender budgeting statement?
So I need to look into it.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Safiq sir.
You're Nimisha.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nimisha, tell me something about you, your background and all, what you have studied and.
Yes, sir. So I belong to Khargone district of Madhya Pradesh. I've done my graduation in mathematics honors in Indra's College of Women from Delhi University, and currently I am under training as Indian Civil Account Officer in New Delhi.
Okay, mathematics background. That's good. Uh, why do you want to shift to some other service? I mean, you are fairly good service and right now. I mean, any.
So one major reason when I started with the preparation, I always aspired for Indian administrative services, provided the ground experience I had being in a tribal dominated district and living in the outskirts of an area. So it always drove me towards the administrative service. Second is my personal experience with the influence administrator of Indian Forest has brought in my life, helping me in my educational achievement. He inspired me to go for the services.
Good. Uh, electoral bonds have been news for last 2 3 days. Uh, what exactly are the issues involved?
So, electoral bond was held as unconstitutional by the Honorable Supreme Court, provided it it was not able to balance with the right to information of the people, and was also seen as against the right to equality between the corporate donors and the individuals, and was struck down. And the Supreme Court directed the Honorable ECI as well as the SBI to release the figures of electoral bonds that had been purchased.
Okay, and what exactly came out of that?
So there have been two lists released, which have given the number of the donors and the parties that are given. So the top donors have been the infrastructure and construction companies, followed by pharma and future gaming companies. And when it comes to political parties, the ruling government that BJP has got 6,000 crores of rupees, followed by TMC. So we had come to know about the top donors and the top recipients.
What exactly is the issue? I mean, okay, these are the basic information. What has gone wrong in this
So
system?
So the allegations or the assumptions that there could be quid pro quo basis of allocation and donation of funds by the corporates towards certain political parties has been reached by by different bodies. Second, it has also not been a very transparent process because um, uh, it was not clear where the funding was coming and how it was allocated. And even still, the Supreme Court has directed the SBI to give the alphanumerical code of the electoral bond so that there is more transparency in matching between the donators and the recipients.
What is the special feature of this scheme which was found objectionable or which has resulted into this kind of donation?
So one is the anonymity of the promisor, the bondholder. It was kept anonymous and not shared. Second, the cap that was applied on the companies of as per their profit was also done away. So that often led to shell companies donating to political parties, and which might have given way to like
What was
illegitimate
the
money.
what was this profit cap exactly?
77.5% of the profits of the
3 years average
3 years
profit.
of the, yes.
Average
Thank
profit.
you, sir.
Okay. So okay, I mean that led to donations being given by entities. You were there? Nimisha, you were there?
Maybe he will exit. Give me
I'm
a
sorry,
1 minute.
sir, for the
Okay,
inconvenience.
Yeah, now
okay,
he's
no
there.
problem.
Yes.
No problem. Now, this electoral bond have been found to be faulty, or I mean, there are shortcomings. Can you suggest some alternative to election funding, which is more transparent and not that opaque?
So we can go for the electoral trust, under which the different parties can donators can give the money, and it could be given by that trust to the political parties that are provided, and each transaction should be kept digital, so as to track the fund.
But look, electoral trust, there is an electoral trust, and uh, um, I think you must be aware that it has given 90% of its fund to one party only. So how does it help?
So it is an common phenomenon that the donations that are given are often based upon just a second, sorry. Are often given to the ruling party in any in center or in the state. But what it ensures is that there is we are able to ensure that there is no black money involved. We know the donators, and also that there is no like quid pro quo basis of the same.
How it can be ensured when 90% is given to ruling party, whether in center or state, that is because they want some kind of favor, some kind of quid pro quo.
Yes, sir.
So how
So
it can be?
the disclosure of the same could be ensured through the political parties, and even there could be a limit to the donation that a particular company or particular individual can provide to the government to the political party per se.
Okay. We generally talk about women empowerment. We earlier also it has been discussed by my panel member. What does it mean exactly, women empowerment, in basic terms?
So it means women have access to agency, authority, and decision making in their personal choices and decisions of their life.
But Constitution ensures that. What is the problem?
So the challenge lies in changing the attitude of the society, which has been classically conditioned to see women as not equal to men.
Okay, patriarchy. Do you think women have a role in this kind of situation? I mean, they are also to be blamed for having society like this.
So I consider that provided the classical conditioning women have been provided, there are senses where they are not aware of their duties as well as their rights as a women to support another woman. So we need more even working on their own, change in mindset even of such women, so that each woman is a support to another.
Or to support their children, or to educate their children,
Yes, sir. It comes as
so
one
that
of
they
the
come up with different kind of mindset.
So definitely education has a role to contribute to women development and empowerment, where women are seen as an equal participant in each field and sector.
So, I mean, my question
Yes, sir.
is women's role in educating their children, because these children, they male counterpart, they even they grow up with a different kind of mindset, the patriarchy and all that. Who instills that patriarchy in the mother?
So it's a basic change in society, because whenever a student or a child is educated in a family, it definitely leads to a positive spillover over his family. So even at the level of a female or a mother, the child has a role to play. The society where we have civil societies educating the women about their role and their need to support another women has to be tapped upon.
Good. What are your hobbies?
So I draw mandala paintings, and I've been teaching underprivileged children since my college days.
Good. What painting did you say?
Mandana painting.
What is that?
So it is a folk painting of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, which is practiced by the Meena tribe. So
Okay.
it uses natural colors for drawing, and is drawn on the ground over the cow dung layer.
Okay. Uh, what have you heard about Madhubani paintings?
Yes, sir.
So how it is? I mean, different from Madhubani painting.
So Madhubani painting majorly has emphasis on fish as the main pattern. In the mandana painting, it is more of a floral pattern and geometric designs that are made. One difference is then. Second is the use of natural colors in mandana painting is more dominant as compared to Madhubani. And in mandana painting, white and red are the major colors, but in Madhubani there are diverse colors.
Madhubani painting has also Ramayana theme, predominantly Ramayana theme. Is there any
Okay.
such theme in the Mandana painting?
So in Manna painting, the theme can be Ramayana, it can be religious, or it could be related to nature. So it's not particular theme dominant.
Okay. Tell me about our neighborhood policy. What
So
is the
India pursues a neighborhood first policy where it tries to be a generous partner and partner in development with the neighboring countries.
you think it's just hollow words, or there really is happening? What is happening in Maldives? What is happening with Nepal? What's happening with Sri Lanka?
So if we talk about India, these are not hollow words. We have taken all the steps that are necessary to be a responsible neighbor. And this can be seen through our policies during the COVID times, where we were first responders to these countries when it came to vaccines. Second, even when Maldives suffered uh, a coup as well as needed water during the water crisis, India was always there. And recently, India has helped out Sri Lanka during its financial crisis. The present happenings in these countries reflect the impact of their internal politics, which often affects the neighborhood relations.
So basically, what you're saying that they are thankless neighbors.
I believe that they are neighbors who know well how to ensure their national interest, but in their internal politics, they try to gain votes through like anti-India cards and taking India as a major issue to divert the domestic issues.
Is there nothing we can change in ourselves?
Yes, sir, there can be certain changes on part of India. One, by ensuring that we deliver our projects on time. Second, we can always have higher level visits with these smaller nations so that they do not feel that they are not given due importance in India's foreign policy. And the third, to be ensure robust people-to-people ties, so that when the political arena is lacking or when it is being misused, it is the people who push for the better relations between the countries.
Okay, good. Shashi?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Now, the recommendation of Kovind Committee on simultaneous election is out. Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
What are the main features of the report?
So the report has supported for simultaneous election, in which it has told for two types of constitutional amendments. One majorly dealing with changing the tenure of the state legislature and the Lok Sabha, where the elections of the states, all the states and Lok Sabha can be taken simultaneously. And second is with regard to holding the simultaneous elections even for the municipal and panchayat raj, panchayatis are if it is in ratification with the state government. Second, it has also told about an appointed date after the general elections, after which after 5 years it can be seen if in 2029 we can go ahead with the elections, where the president will call it the appointed date. And third, with respect to if there is any no confidence motion, then there would be held fresh elections would be held with the coming government would be up to the remaining period.
Now, see, I can see a problem in this because, see, yesterday rather, elections have been announced for Lok Sabha and they'll be conducted in 7 phases and it will run from April to June, first week of June. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Half of April, whole of May, and first week of June. Only Lok Sabha elections.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
if we scale up the elections to the state assemblies also, you think it's administratively feasible? How long the election process will go on? Only Lok Sabha is going on for such a big time. So, if you involve assembly elections also, You really think it's feasible to do at one go?
So I believe that if we scale up our administrative capacities and provided the track record of Election Commission and how we dealt it before 1967, we can do it.
My
Uh,
dear,
yes, sir.
2024 is not 1967. Remember the rise in population, rise in the constituency voters list and all that. We are more than double, triple.
Yes, sir.
Then why you're comparing that it was happening in 67, so it can happen today also?
So by that I meant the will of our institutional bodies like Election Commission who have the capability to ensure the same.
No, that's a very general statement. How do you address the the sheer size of elections that will require to be monitored and delivered? Can we deliver a single? See, forget about the merit and demerit part of holding simultaneous
Yes, sir.
election. I'm talking about delivery from election commission. You think that it can be really delivered? If yes, then what are your points? How it can be
So
delivered?
I believe that it can be delivered. One, by the usage of technology. We can ensure the use of AI and the blockchain technology, which ensures that there is a proper elections are taken place, reaching the last mile and the remote areas. Second is with respect to the greater awareness on the part of the voters, as we have seen that voters today are more mature and they are able to differentiate between the national issues and know their responsibilities towards the country. So I find that provided we and third is the capability and the desireness by the election commission where it has presented that it can ensure that EVMs and the polling stations could be maintained. I believe that we could achieve it.
But then the whole opposition is crying that it affects federalism, it kills federalism. You agree that it is against federalism, simultaneous elections?
So I believe that the the concerns of these concerns are raised on the basis of that national agenda can overtake the regional issues. But I believe that Indian voter is quite mature now to differentiate between the two.
Okay, so you are cool with the simultaneous election. You are voting in favor of it, right?
Yes, so provided that yes, I want that it should be based on consensus where everyone is aware of its benefits and is agreeing to it to a
Mhm,
larger extent.
mhm. All right. Now, electoral bonds have been struck down by Supreme Court. What is the way forward for electoral finance in India? How do you look at it?
So we can one go for the cap on the donators donations a particular individual as well a company can give. Second, it could be made a digital transaction thing so that it could be traced from where which who is the person who is contributing. Third, there could be a cap on the expenditure of the what political parties can make. These are some of the things that can be done.
No, why can't you think of state funding of elections? Forget about the private funding.
So state funding of election could come in kind and that too partially.
Why partially? Why not fully?
So provided the amount of money that is involved and needed, it could do away or take part of some of the money that is dedicated towards the other sectors of our economy.
Mhm.
So
What were the major achievements at MC13? Just concluded 1 week back or 10 days back.
sorry, sir, I could not get the
You know
question.
about MC13? What is MC13?
Oh, sorry, sir, I am not able to catch
Let
it.
me let me help you.
Yes, sir, thank you.
MC13 means Ministerial Conference 13. Are you clear now?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is that?
Yes, sir. Was a ministerial conference for the World Trade Organization that was organized in UAE.
Hmm. No,
Uh,
my question was on that. What
yes.
are the major takeaways?
So the major takeaways are the stand of developing countries like India on one. We want a permanent resolution for public stakeholdings, which was not achieved. Second is the push for fisheries, where Indian government has asked for a moratorium for saving its small scale fishers and putting a ban on the subsidies of exclusive economic zones of the developed countries. Third is regarding the making the transaction cross-border transaction more cheaper for the countries. so as to support the country. And fourth is regarding the e-commerce, where India has has pushed for no more moratorium on the same.
So
So
was it
that
was it agreed to what India was requesting? Has it been complied with?
so
The
the all these
moratorium is
issues. Yes,
moratorium
sir.
still exists or it's gone?
So it will exist till 31st of March, and the future decision has not been taken yet, as per my limited knowledge.
No, it has been extended for 2 years. India has agreed to that after UAE intervened. 2 years extension have been given on
Okay,
moratorium.
sir.
Although
Thank you,
India is
sir.
opposed to that. All right. Okay. Now, what do you think about India's missile development program, its benefits in our defense sector with the successful testing of Agni 5? What does it mean?
So one, it places India among the elite groups of defense efficient countries. Second, it projects India to be able to give a credible response, provided it's first like no first use policy in the nuclear arena. Second, it gives us efficiency and our increases our capability to target on when for defense purpose whenever needed, multiple, so that we can do away and like we can tackle the missile system defense system of other countries. And second, provided we have a difficult neighborhood in terms of China and Pakistan, it enhances our capabilities in that in being ensuring our robust defense.
What is the range of Agni 5? Where it can go? Up to which place?
It's 5,000 kilometers.
That's right. But then it takes us where?
So it could cover whole of China if needed.
But it can't go to, say, Europe or America.
So that could be in the successive projects that we are aiming.
But do we need it? Do we need a missile which can go up to America? Does it make sense?
So it does, because defense is always a matter of uncertainty, provided the geopolitical arena that exists today. So we should be ready with our capabilities in the defense sector.
Which means you don't count out nuclear exchange between India and USA also? If you want to develop a missile going up to USA also, which means you are not excluding the possibility of a nuclear exchange even between India and USA. Can it happen in the dreams also?
So while it looks undesirable and not possible,
No,
but
no.
we should
See,
be.
I'm holding with a policy maker. You are in a position of policy making. Will you design your policy to reach USA by missiles, nuclear missiles?
Yes, sir, I will do that.
You will do that.
Yes.
You will become another Trump of India if you do that. Anyway, that's on a lighter side. All right. And you have a hobby of mandala painting. I don't know anything about that. What does it
Yes, sir.
involve? How do you do that?
So basically, first we have to use cow dung to cover the layer of the floor there where we aim to ensure. Then it is used basically by two colors, that is red, which is done through the khadiya. Sorry, the white that is done to the khadiya, and the red that is done through geru. So these are the two colors which are majorly used, and it comprises geometrical patterns like square, triangle, along with floral patterns, and sometimes tribal figures or goddesses are also
You,
drawn on the
you
floor.
do the painting on the surface of clothes or wall or where all it is done.
So while it started with being drawn on on the floor, but presently it is also being practiced on the wall, on the greeting cards, on the marriage cards, as well as on the cloth.
All right. Mr. Pandey, are you there or not? Pandey is not there. I think your interview is over. Fair enough. We'll call you for the feedback. You have
Thank you,
any
sir.
questions, Pandey to ask? Last question. You are done.
Muted.
You are muted as usual, Pandey Saab. Unmute yourself, please. So Pandey, I think he is saying that he's finished. We'll call you Nimishi. You can go now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Yeah, Nimishi. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I find you the same person which I found you a couple of years back, except
Yes,
that
sir.
you have lost some weight, I think. That's all I can say. So
Yes.
we are happy that your engagement is good and you sound a very confident girl. But as you can see, I caught you on in one question very badly. And if you are get caught like that, it will be bad for you. That nuclear missile thing and all that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. That you were just only guessing things and all. You were not informed on that. You see, India's missile defense is only directed against Pakistan and China, no other third country. First of all, we are not a global power like USA that we need a international range missile to dago from here to there and all that. That's not our policy.
Yes,
Our
sir.
minimum distance is also directed at Pakistan and China. So why you will unnecessarily develop missile for USA range and Europe range? That's totally ruled out. We'll never do that. It's not required
Yes,
at
sir.
all for us.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Scenario only between US, China and Pakistan, not against Russia, Europe, and US. So don't get into this track.
Yes, sir.
Number two, I don't really recall, but in some questions I found you very blank. You were giving only a roundabout answer, not a very well-informed answer. I can guess that because of your engagement with your training program, maybe you are not reading as much as we are reading. So that could be
Yes.
one reason, I don't know, but that is not an excuse for your interview. You
Yes,
should be
sir.
very, very clear about
Yes,
what
sir.
is happening and all that. And MC13 you wanted to be elaborated by me. This that shows lack of alertness. This should not come during the
Yes, sir.
interview. You have to put
Yes,
your
sir.
alertness level more. The rest of views will be presented by Shafiq Saab and Pandey Saab.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
I'm happy overall. I mean, your personality is good for, and you have confidence. You speak well. My friend said, uh, on some questions, probably you're not up to the mark. But
Yes, sir.
okay, I mean, that is the pitfall. You should be careful. If you don't know, you just say that I'm not aware or
Yes, sir.
I'm still have to catch up. So I'm aware
Yes.
to some extent. On that basis, I can express my opinion. I'm not studied in detail. So with that kind of preface, you can say what you are saying that will go well, because otherwise you can
Yes,
express
sir.
yourself. You have confidence, and that is what counts. That helps a lot. So that's
Yes, sir.
I'm satisfied overall. Okay, all the best, Pandey.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. When is your interview?
So it's on 10th of April.
So still you have 20 days. See, what I found that you have the confidence, also your delivery is good, and you have a good personality. Okay. So that is the good thing in your favor. But when it comes to questions, although it is
Yes,
not
sir.
test of knowledge, but many of the questions, some questions like accrual or cash accounting you could handle, but many of the questions like budget related, which is your domain.
Yes,
You are
sir.
expected to know more about like gender budgeting, Sakti mission. What is like this time, first time,
Yes, sir.
the gender budgeting has been increased by a very high percentage. This is first time. Earlier it was just hovering around 5% of the budget, 4.8 or
Yes,
9.
sir.
This is first time 6.5%. Very major jump. And also
Yes,
Mission
sir.
Shakti. So what I would suggest that if you want to score very high marks in interview, and that
Yes,
should
sir.
be your, then in the next 20 days, whatever is happening in the area where you are likely to get questions, where your knowledge
Yes,
is
sir.
expected to be up to date. In those area, you try to read, although it is not a test of knowledge.
Yes, sir.
It is test of personality. But if you know and if you can answer, some of the questions in a much more detail or depth, then that will certainly bring you more marks. So that is what I would say. Just see which are the related area where you are supposed to know. Like moment you say that you are going training in civil accounts, then just see from account related, budget related, because and your hobby, your answers were quite good. Okay, so like that
Yes.
kind of answer where you should be able to spend or speak at least 1 or 2 minutes in a very profound way. Okay, then that will fetch highest or higher mark. Otherwise, you have a very good personality, very good delivery system, and confidence. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think you have my number. Last time I think you had exchanged. You have my
Yes,
number.
sir. Yes, sir. I have.
So if I get time, I'll try to give some likely areas from where questions will be asked. So get
Yes, sir.
individual in touch with me sometime later.
Yes, sir. Sure,
I'll try
sir.
to do that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
कुछ अपने पूछना चाहते हो?
So actually, I had my interview on 4th of March, but due to medical reasons, it got to 10th of April. So I like try to keep the track of the current events, but I don't know why I was not able to like to be crisp and to the point to the answers.
हो
So
जाएगा, हो जाएगा. Don't worry. There is a way of doing. That's why I told you get in touch with me. There is a way of
yes,
doing it.
sure,
You
sir.
will be able to command the related current affairs. I'll tell you.
Yes,
ठीक
sir.
है?
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah. 10th April last day का interview
yes,
का.
sir.
You're on the last day.
Yes, sir.
It's all right. Okay, Nimishi.
Thank
All
you
the
so much,
best.
sir. Thank you, sir.